going through. You're gonna make it. God's gonna see you through. Hold your head up. Put a smile on your face. This is another test. It won't last always. So get ready. Get ready for your blessing. For your blessing. Get ready. Get ready for your miracle. For your miracle. Get ready for your blessing. For your blessing. Get ready. Get ready for your miracle. For your miracle. I know you've been hurting down inside. Let me encourage you. It's gonna be alright.
She gave me the Whitney Houston.
Keep on believing. Keep holding on. Get ready.
She got Whitney Houston.
For your miracle. For your blessing.
Praise the Lord. God's got a blessing.
Praise God.
There we go. All right. Well, I used to.
So Extreme Fitness, you said they're in town or they live in Atlanta? They don't live in Atlanta. They were here yesterday. So he's in town.
But we're here. Good morning. Well, I'm in town.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. So Markadu here, to seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things should be added unto you.
Amen.
Got here Sister Trudy. Tech Talk time. I just want to briefly just talk about a couple of little different things when it pertains to the youth. This is so important that you begin to guide them in the right direction with their technology. And you'll be surprised when you have conversations with your children about technology and what they know and how they can help. And it's very, very important. And I'm going to take a little bit go a little bit offline with that. It's about almost any topic. And when you begin to open up with them and let them know that you care, and like I was talking to my son as well, I said, just think about it. Give it some thought. Mm-hmm. And ask your children about anything, and just she won't be bothered.
Okay.
Hey, that's our kids, right?
That's our kids.
That's what we want, though. We want them to be active minds, right? So, just a sidebar is to communicate with your children about a lot of different little topics that you always want to do it, and just share with them and ask them for their input and what they think and how they think, and then you're gonna get a clearer picture of really how they really are and
That's
how
right.
they see things.
Yeah.
We just assume they know things, right?
Yeah.
And just, okay, they got that. And they don't. Yeah. They don't have a clue. They just see it basically out of the eyes of us adults.
Yeah.
Right?
We're their main source of
mm-hmm.
learning.
Mm-hmm.
And they have this little song saying, be careful what you say, be careful what you do, because the kids see it, Father above sees it.
They hear it and see.
And they really mimic it. And
right.
I realized that with my kids, I think, for example, this week, he came in with this, this little box that you got to save pennies in and give to the school. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, we're saving our money and we're going to get you an iPad. So I don't know if we can do that drive. And they said, I wanted to do it, Mommy. And I said, well, nah, we're going to save the money for us. And so they said, okay, fine. So I thought about it. And then, the next day I said, well, let's give them half of our money. And my son just said, no, you said that we saving our money, and he was so on it. I'm like, damn, I said it first, so it kind of embedded in his mind, like, I'm not doing it.
You understand what I'm saying?
He doesn't want to do it no more.
So that's why when they see things and hear things, right, they can misconstrue the whole thing. That's why you got to be careful.
You got to be careful.
And what the kind of child might see, and then it'll gravitate to other years later.
Yeah.
So they done took it way out of context.
Oh yeah,
they done created a whole new world around that thing that you have said. And you didn't bring no clarity to it.
That's right.
You
and
know?
you'd be amazed the little things that you do that your children will see and take it with them. And
well, it happened to us.
You would
it
never
happened to
believe.
me. That's how I know.
And sometimes they might not come to you and explain that. And you might be like, hey, baby, I wasn't even doing that. It was a total different situation.
Right.
It's totally wrong.
And it's years later.
Years later, you know, they might hold you grudge for it. They might think you're a different person for the situation. So.
Then they met somebody else. They seen something else from a different situation.
Yeah.
And then they're off and running. Mm-hmm. And with what you thought was just a minor little thing.
Minor little thing.
And you got to discuss in the interim. I remember when, and it's still with technology, because technology really plays a role in how we reach out to people.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
You haven't seen somebody in years and years and years.
Oh, yes.
And you say, okay, what do I do if this person finds me? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Technology, right? And they find, and you know, it might be an old sister, a sister you haven't seen in years, and that y'all, when you was younger, somehow things seem like you were pitted against each other.
Right.
It's like you're the pretty one.
Right.
You know, or you're the smart one.
Oh, yes.
And you know, and
well,
you
I've
took
made
that.
up with friends like that. In the same city, we went to school together, and you know, back in the days, maybe they were the prissy one, and you know, I think ruling out, I was the bad one. But reverse change, we all grew up, and it's kind of like, well, you're the married one right now.
You see?
And you're the one with
but
the
there's still
kids.
wholesome things.
But there's things
you know,
there.
that hold grudges that, and then when you meet, and then when you see each other or communicate,
technology-wise,
right? And then what happens? And then they, if you allow the person, right, to express what was going on back then, you can bring a lot of clarity to it.
It sure can.
Right?
And I've mended a lot of relationships like that too. You know, folks that I haven't seen in a while that on Facebook, all of a sudden they hit me up and it's like, hey, how you doing? They had families. I have families. And we're like, wow, who would have thought we would have been here, you know?
Right.
And all that craziness in high school and how we were, but we're here and we appreciate each other more now. Seeing each other's life online. Technology is a great thing. I remember when I first came from Jamaica, I had communication with my father, and it was like we were writing letters back then, you know, sending pictures, but I really didn't have that connection with him. He passed away, but I never had that connection with him. Like, I wish he was alive now, because now I'm online with a lot of my family all the way in Jamaica. And it's wonderful because I can speak with them video chat. I can see them on Facebook every day. I can see what they were to school that they posted, and I love it. I really do love. I can see my father's funeral, his burial site when I need to, because my brother can take me down there when I need him to, and that really soothes me. So we got to understand that technology is where we're going.
It's where we're at.
It's where we're at, and we're going even further. There's one cartoon that I love, and it's called The Jetsons.
I remember that. It's still running?
It runs, not regular, but, you know, it'll play back reviews. But The Jetsons really...
Well, ahead of our time.
It's still ahead of our time.
Right.
I watched the
things are gonna really happen.
It's gonna happen.
The robot.
We're gonna get it.
But they're already doing it.
They're there.
Robot,
It's not popular yet. And you know, a lot of folks look at it and they're scared. And I'm a little bit scared myself. Because, you know, computers on the whole, if you watch that movie with Will Smith, iRobot.
Where
iRobot had these robots that's taking care of the folks, and then they turned on them.
So,
you know, in this world that we live in, spirituality, they might not group with the technology because it's going into I'm higher than God, so to speak. So you really got to be careful in what you get into. But it's there, and it's where we're at. And it's like, even though you're gonna try and run from it, you're gonna have to live in the bushes and the mountains, somewhere to just get totally away from this technology thing. You might just still see a fire wire running through the trees in the mountains because they're there. They're there in the universe right now. So.
Yeah, they're making it happen. Now I'm gonna keep running with that. I've been estranged from my youngest son.
Okay.
You know, my biological youngest son.
Mm-hmm.
For years, for 4 years, and for some reason it's like, what's going to happen when I see him? What's going to happen? And you know, technology wise, I believe that we'll connect somehow.
Yes.
And it's going to be kind of a little awkward because you know I don't know why he estranged from me. Right. I don't know the woman. I can guess.
Right.
You know, but guessing is not going to get me there.
Right.
You know. I just take a educated guess, and that's all I can do.
That's all you can do.
And I'm not dwelling on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm always looking for that opportunity to apologize for whatever I did.
So are you giving it time to reach out, or you just cannot connect with them at all?
It just seems like I can't get them, but we're gonna, you know, why would?
And people might hide themselves from online.
They block you and all this.
They block and all that stuff because you can block folks. And,
right.
You know, you block somebody, you see them no more. There's nothing about them you'll see on there. But you know, the non-odd thing is, if you do connect with them, possibly you can connect technology first.
Right, that's what I
instead of type in and video chat, instead of physical, because the physical might be a little bit more.
It's too stressful.
Yeah.
It's going to be stressful.
And it takes away stress as well, you know. It takes away all that unnecessary odd feeling when you're with that other person.
Or even bondage. I like the word, you bonded.
Yeah.
I mean, your bond, you know, like chains. I mean, you're like being choked out, but you know, this will relieve some of that pressure.
Yes, it will.
Right?
Yes, it will.
So we're gonna go in here and go ahead. You can.
No, I just want to add to technology. I mean, I love old school myself. I do. I'm an old school person. I would rather live in the country than the city, but in the world we're living in a business world we're living in, you can be the regular person if you want to. And say, I'm not going to use technology at all. But in this business where we're living in, it's what we're using to make it grow. So why not? Why not use it to the best of our knowledge? Why not learn how to use it properly? You know, a lot of folks are scared of these cell phones and people can hear you and we're not going to talk. They're going to hear you regardless. I'm just going to alert you with technology. It doesn't matter what device you have. If someone wants to cap in, maybe the government or whatever wants to cap in on where you are, they're gonna find you. You know, so if you whatever you do in life, just do it for the goodness of what you're doing and live life and not be afraid of who you are. So that's what technology highlights is you're a good person or a bad person, and then they find out your whole life. So it still helps you to guide your life in being good. It's kind of like a Bible of your own life because they do track. From the day one since you've been on technology till today, they do track your life and your every footsteps, your
Isn't
school,
that amazing?
Your church, everywhere you go, even churches online.
Yeah.
You know, everywhere you go, it can track. It can literally write a book
They got
of your life.
That's what I'm talking about. You have there's a what they call a master file.
Right.
So can you imagine, because it's so advanced now, so anything that has some dude, just put it right into a file.
Yes.
They zap it in
and it's online. It's all digital. It's not paper anymore where you can go burn it down and you lose file. It's there.
And they're pulling that information on in.
It's the world.
And this is why there's people that really stay incognito. You know, I mean,
you try to be incognito. You know, change names and stuff. It could happen. It could work. Some people been trying, but you know, they're gonna catch up to you sooner or later because you want to do something with your life.
Right.
And doing something with your life is going to consist of getting out there and getting into that mainstream of technology.
Yes.
If not, then you're a cash person. And even, you know, biblically, it tells you, you know, in the late days, we're not even going to be able to use cash anymore.
Oh, I hate to see that day.
We won't. There are already embedded chips in folks' hands, and these chips, little things where you can just easily swipe and go. And we can't, the paper money is no longer, you can't even save a lump sum of cash within your home because it's going to be against the law. You have to put it within a bank or financial institution. You can't just save that money right there.
Isn't
lottery.
that amazing?
It's money lottery. So a lot of things with technology is just they're just building themselves around us in our world. So that's why I'm here.
Yes.
And I'm here mainly for the folks who are in business and who are looking into getting into technology and business. If you're not, then I'm not here for you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are looking into getting into technology and business, I was speaking to another partner of yours and mine's now Roosevelt.
Yeah, Davis.
Roosevelt Davis, right? And he does have good knowledge of social engine optimization, SEOs.
Awesome, man. He's
Google
I love that
rankings
guy.
and so forth, and YouTube's. And I said, we can definitely group together on that, and that's what I love. I love that we can network and find people. I'm a tech person, so I love folks who know a little bit more about technology. And if you know,
and we can grow our community.
and give me a little, and I gave him a little. I did his work, and he loved it. He gave me a little test in the beginning, but he saw the work and he was very happy with it. And I saw his work, and I was very intrigued in what he was doing. So, and what Roosevelt teaches is also ranking your business on Google and on social media.
Yes.
So even if you call me and there's something that I might not be aware of or I'm too busy, I do have the connect for you, and that's why I'm here to consult you with.
And we're willing now. See how much more willing we're willing to do it? Because you have it now.
I have it.
That the more we link together, the bigger we're going to get anyway.
Right, and that's what I told him. I said, you get clientele, then the artwork done, we will connect.
Boom.
You come to me if somebody needs something done where you're more technically inclined with that. I don't have a problem with it because I do like his knowledge on social engine optimization, getting your website on Google, ranking your website to the higher ranking.
I want to learn more about that.
Videos.
I can't wait to work with you with that.
We need to do a workshop on that, and me and him is talking more about that too. So we'll see. It's busy, and when you're in business, you have so much ideas. But technology helps us as well. Once we get our ideas, we put them in, and Google, number one, it helps us to do all this stuff. You search it, it takes us there right away. We don't have to go down to the courthouse step. And remember those days? You got to go down to the courtherhouse to get information. You got to go somewhere to get, or the bank to even get a little cash out.
Yes.
Yeah. Technology.
Yes. It's when, the biggest thing that is going to be required is time.
Yeah.
And time is really more valuable than money. It's more precious than money.
More precious than money.
But when you use that precious gift to assist each other, that's where the power is.
Oh, yes.
And we're moving quicker.
We are.
Faster than we ever done. What's your number, Trudy?
My number, 678-651-7626. That's 678-651-7626. Or you can log online to tapdesigners.com.
That's awesome. Because that's what I want the viewers to understand is that a lot of times we if you don't share, and this is very important. This is why I keep saying the social media got that stuff right. When they got a button there that says share. Share. Or follow.
Right.
That means something.
Yeah.
We are not going to advance.
Right.
Sometimes when we hold back information, this is why I'm always saying, everybody, I believe, like I keep telling you, and I believe it's going to happen, you're going to have your own broadcast. You gotta do it.
I am.
You just gotta do it.
I'm getting my broadcasting up more, but I definitely am because it really works. It matters. I've seen Roosevelt, and he's been doing his for I think a year or so now. I saw his first, one of his first YouTubes, which is in 2013, and he's got viewers. So even if you start out this year and you might have a 10 or 20 viewers, don't get discouraged in that. Because as time go by, once you rank and folks search online, if your topic is going to touch base to someone, it'll grow and they will watch. Right? So people are out there watching your message, and I think the main thing is to continue to put out these broadcasting of yourself and being consistent.
Yes.
Consistency is the key in business.
Oh man,
it's hard.
I was getting ready to say it's tough.
It's tough. It really is.
God. Even for me.
It's tough for me. I teach this stuff, and I cuss a lot of people on doing it. I'm not even doing it myself because you get busy. Not that you don't want to do it. You get so busy, and if you have a business mind, you're just thinking, and you get into all these different
and then you start doing, and then you realize, man, I gotta put more time into this now.
It's a lot of time. Do you even sleep, sir?
Yeah, I do. You know, I'll be honest with y'all. This is the thing about technology and all this stuff. You know, I learned really not to take technology home with me anymore. I don't even take my laptop home with me.
Yeah, really.
Because
it's
I
hard.
know I'll be up to 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'll be back into that negative, sleep
hard.
habits. Because I know me.
Technology takes a lot of your time.
That's why I get up early. And do it, because if I don't, I'm better at it.
Even my fingers right now, my fingers hurt. So I gotta stop. I literally tell myself I'm gonna just stop, relax myself, relax your fingers. You're on this little slide action with your thumb, and I know I'm not the only one that this thumb action is hurting. It takes a lot of time. So what do I say to that? We have to go through it. We have a lot of fun while we do it.
Yeah,
we do, because I'm on Facebook, I'm on Pinterest, and I'm like, I'm so drawn into looking at these things that I don't even know what time it is. And
that's crazy.
My husband might be right in front of me on his phone, and I'm here on my phone, and we're literally just on this thing for at least half an hour or an hour before we put our heads up and say, this is crazy. Yeah. We need to talk or something. So I know I'm not the only one that does that.
The beautiful thing that I'm glad you talked about that, because now I'm gonna take it to where it's supposed to be. We are going to work harder at what we call residual income.
Residual
income. If you're going to spend that kind of time, then there's going to be a way that we can now have people putting monies into you on a continual basis.
That would be the way to go. Now, there's a lot of ways to go in technology where you can spend time and make money.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes time for that as well, and it takes trial. Someone called me this week about apps. You know anything about apps? He said, Trudy. I said, I know about them. I've never created an app. There's so much literature out there around how to do apps, and they're not difficult. It's just like reading and following instructions, how to create an app. But it's like a business and a business plan. You kind of have to have a visual of where you're going with that app.
Yes.
So to me,
and you got to usually start off small. Don't think the whole.
There's a lot.
You can think the whole thing through, but you gotta start somewhere.
So if you stick with one thing, if you find one thing
and master it.
Stick with that one thing and master that one thing, and push it as much as you can. Because if you start going astray with technology,
oh man,
I mean, I can say I like iPhone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They all have one or two different features that's going to draw you into why you should get the 5 opposed to the 4, and why you should get the 5S opposed to just the regular 5 and the 5S, and it goes on. They just put one or two. So stick to one thing, even if it seems a little bit better on the other side. If yours is working, kind of master it first before you move on. And
then you realize that you don't even need that other thing.
You might not.
You say, I'm good right here.
You might,
I'm so good right here that you took that other that you thought you needed. You know what I'm saying? Man, I done developed a whole.
You can't master everything. You can teach or whatever, but you can't master everything. So choose one thing. I probably spit a lot of talk about different things, different methods of things. I'm not advising anyone to do it all. I'm telling you, get one thing and it will work if you use it consistently.
Those like apps, and this is where I want to get you, because I can't wait. See, I believe our relationship is going to get broader once we understand the money piece to it.
Oh yeah.
Because I know, for me, because I've done it. And I gave money every month. It was a direct withdrawal out of my account, but I was connected to that thing. And I can get in there and I can see it anytime I want, and I can, eventually that's what it's going to be here. People going to pay me $25 a month. People going to pay me people going to pay me $50 a month.
Oh, yeah.
Then there's going to be people going to pay me $100 a month, and they're happy knowing they're part of that network.
Oh yeah.
And they getting these email blasts showing them that what's the next event that's coming up, what's coming in your area.
And it's about to be summertime right now for us in Atlanta. It's about to get hot.
Yeah.
And we're about to get hot. I can see us doing a lot of events, talent shows and so forth, exploiting some of these teens.
That's right.
And getting out there.
That's
and what's getting out there.
And let these teens exploit us.
Right.
That's the magic to the whole thing.
Right.
Is allowing our youth to be able to now tap into something that's strong, viable, and just going to push them to other limits. And see, when you got people that can see vision You know, you can say, man, I can see this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because the more we communicate, the more we understand.
See it, you get
say,
there.
Oh,
you got to see it first to reach there.
Right.
And once you see it, man, you can't just take away from it. You might die just getting to that vision. But I'm that type of person too. I'm a visionary. You know, I see within things, and I want goodness to happen for anyone
and
I
greatness.
work with. Greatness. So I mean, what you've been teaching me is great. So I really appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome.
You know, and what we've been doing together, and the clientele that you're sending my way.
Yeah, it's
and
just
he sure is.
beginning.
This is not a fake show. I'm not just here every Saturday saying, "Hey, call me 678-651-7626," and no one calls. I do get calls, and they're great clientele.
And they're starting to share. They're starting to share.
And we're sharing, and we're networking, and we're realizing how our business can all connect.
678-651-7626.
Give me a call. Let's connect and share technology-wise and how we can broaden our horizons and make more money. And that's what it's about. You know, we're not money hungry, but it does rule the world. So if we can group together and make this our new group, you know, there's been groups out there already, but shoot, we can build our own group and our own
and we will.
Right
and we will. It's going to happen sooner or later.
Oh, we are.
They're going to see these shows and they're going to realize this is the time to really network. And let me tell you something. Recruiting is the way to go. You see, that's the word.
Yeah.
And networking is a word that people use lightly, loosely.
Yeah.
Right. It's really we need to recruit each other.
Right.
We need to say you need to come on this way.
Right.
Let me show you why you need to do business with me. Let me show you why you need to really network with me.
Right.
Let me show you why we don't have to spend no money. That we can work together and then we can make money. You know, off other people.
And we need more people like Sir Markadu as well, because like I told him this morning, not all of us has that enthusiastic mentality. Some of us wake up in the morning and we just can't do it. We really can't come to part. And you know, this man, I don't know personally what he does when he comes out of bed, but shoot.
I'm zooming. I'm zooming. I'm trying to get here in front.
So in business, we gotta, our mind, we have to keep pushing it. And I said to myself, man, I just gotta keep grinding every day,
and then
every hour.
Guess what you gotta do after you grind?
You know?
What you gotta do next after you grind?
After you grind?
You gotta grind some more.
I was gonna say keep grinding because I know you're not going to sleep. I know you're not going to sleep.
Ain't no time to stop grinding. Let me show you how beautiful knowledge is. I'm sitting up here, y'all, as you know, any of you really knows, the broadcast came out late. So I'm sitting here waiting for Mark. Trudy comes in, tweet, 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 boom. I'm on at 9:30, y'all. But that's what happens when you got a network.
Right.
And then you say, I wish I had a guy here.
Yeah, you know, it would have been not a problem.
Right.
If you have a team, you're not left alone on certain things. You're great on the whole as one person.
Yeah.
You can give us a lot what we need, but we can, you know, so for
but was I pulling my hair out when you
kind of were.
But I just said, man, that was a little patch of hair over there.
He was real quiet, and he's never quiet, so I really had to make that happen for you. You know,
I just kept working, kept doing whatever I was doing,
you know,
and I was looking at you, and you just oh my God over here.
I love MacGyver too. I used to love MacGyver. I love that series.
He just took what he had in his mind and worked that thing out.
Oh man, that man is phenomenal.
See?
You know, he can use a paperclip to make a bomb.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
And that's what we have to think.
Right.
We can make something out of nothing.
That's what is happening.
He said a paper business card, if you don't have a regular business card, then you can take something out of nothing. It really doesn't matter where you're trying to go. If you stay consistent and you strive hard with it, and somebody sees it, it's gonna work.
So make sure you what's your Instagram?
Instagram is #1 Tap Designers. So it's at #1 Tap Designers. That's my Instagram. Okay. And Trudy P if you don't see that, but #1 Tap Designers Instagram. But if you log on to my website www.tapdesigners.com, you'll see my Instagram icon, my Facebook, all my links. Just click on it. It'll directly straight to my Instagram, and you'll see all my social media. But you know, I'm not a big social media guru, honestly.
Yeah, but we get better at it.
I teach it
a lot. We get better at it.
And
go on Sir Markadu, SIR, then Markadu, MARKADOO. And if you want to be interviewed, if you're in the Atlanta area, 404-578-3549. I'm doing free 15-minute interviews. And that's what we need to do with you too. We need to finally get you in to do that 15-minute real interview, and I'm glad pulling out the greatness out of people. So,
okay.
All right.
I don't mind. So let's get together, technology-wise,
Phone number.
And do this. Give me a call. I am Trudy, and my phone number is 678-651-7626. That's 678-651-7626. Or you can log on to my website at www.tapdesigners.com, and let's work.
Do it. Let's make some money. Let's recruit each other, right?
Let's recruit.
Recruit. Let's recruit.
Resell.
That's it. That's the bottom line right there.
Amen.
I'm going on in. Yeah. My girl, Trudy, go ahead, girl.
God's got a blessing.
Yeah.
God's got a blessing. 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 With your name on it. With your name on it. God's got a blessing.
God's got a blessing.
God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. With your name on it.
With my name on it.
With your name on it.
With my name on it.
With your name on it.
With my name on it.
With your name on it. With your name on it. With your name on it. With your name on it. With your name on it. With your name on it. With your name on it. With your name on it. God's got a blessing with your name on it.
Who knows that God got a blessing with your name on it? Come on.
Sing this with me. Come on, say. God's got a blessing.
God's got a blessing.
Everybody. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. You say God's got a blessing.
God got a blessing.
Come on. Everybody say God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. Come on, Jay. God's got a blessing. 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 With your name on it. With your name on it. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing.